What's up, everyone? So this is a little bit of a special video as the balance patch and bug fix has been revealed to us. We'll be going over this together. So this is going to be my first impression of everything as well for any of you that are watching. First, we'll just go over the general changes and bug fixes. Trader production time increased from 25 seconds to 30 seconds. That's not too bad. Fix an issue where relics could be duplicated using transport ships. Did not know that one. Walls no longer generate gap fillers in the space between the wall and individual trees. Walls will continue to generate. Okay. Fixed an issue where gates could be built overlapping. That I haven't seen that happen at all. But that's good to be fixed, or that's a good thing that it's fixed. Fixed some buildings with upgrades having the wrong appearance, doesn't really matter. Fixed crash that could occur when issuing or canceling a lot of commands at once. Anything that fixes crashes is always going to be obviously a pure benefit. Now to the updates. I'm going to try to do this little by little. Can I zoom in more? Just so we don't like spoil too much for ourselves. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. One more. No, that was too much. No. Okay. I think that was a little too much of a zoom. It kind of skipped ahead quite a bit. Okay, so siege updates. All civilizations. Trebuchets. Counter-weight trebuchet attack speed improved from 12.625 to 11.375. That's really good. 1.3. Well, a little bit less than a 1.3 attack speed upgrade improvement. That's good. It'll make them a little bit more viable. I think if it were to go down to like a 10.9 or something, that'd be a little too much. We'll see how the 11.3 is, because this is for right now. Like, you really don't see that many trebuchets. You see more people just spamming rams, but we still have other updates to go through as well, so we'll see. Mongol traction trebuchet attack speed improved from 9.625 to 8.625. That's a full 1 second increase. Culverin ranged armor reduced from 20 to 10. Damn. Springgold ranged armor reduced from 20 to 10. Double damn. So I think the Culverin should have stayed at 20 though. Like, realistically, it should have stayed. It's an Imperial Age siege unit. I think it should have been that should have stayed at 20. The Springgold, on the other case, it's castle. Like, there's no point for it to be at 20. Dropping down to 10 is fine. If anything, the Culverin, if they really wanted to nerf the Culverin, they should have just dropped it to like 18 or 15, something like that, instead of just cutting it in half, in all honesty. And now we move over to the Civ specific changes. First is the Abbasid. Oh, only one thing for the Abbasid. House of Wisdom corrected an issue where traders would not spawn when using Trade Wing to go to the feudal age. Okay, so yeah, that's more of a bug fix than anything. Over to the Byzantines. It looks like they have quite a bit because there's still some more underneath. Starting stone increased from 50 to 100. That's good. That's really, really good. Imperial Hippodrome landmark. Starting triumph supply points reduced from 30 to 10. Holy crap. Okay. Triumph ability duration reduced from 1.5 per supply point to 1 second per supply point. The maximum number of triumph points increased from 40 to 45. That is huge. Why would they drop it down so low? 30 to 10? And then they're reducing the duration as well. It's the same. It's the same though, isn't it? It's still going to be the same amount of time. Right? I don't know. I don't feel like doing mental math at all. 1.5 times, what, 40? Oops. That's not a 40. 40 is 60 seconds. 1.5 times, or excuse me. Oh, no, yeah. That's a lot less, right? Oh no, it's going from 40 to, so 1.5 times 40. Oh yeah, it's 60. So it's gonna last 15 seconds less as well. Holy crap, dude. I don't get that. Yeah, I don't understand that. So it lasts right off the rip. Instead of getting 45 seconds, you're getting 10 seconds. And then at max, you're getting 45 seconds instead of 60 seconds. It's going to last 15 seconds less. I don't get that. Greek fire projectile technology no longer applies to non-trebuchet units. Okay. Cataphracts, health reduced from 425 to 405 in Imperial Age. 20 health difference. The cataphracts are really tanky, and that's just its base health. So that means instead of what, 645, it's going to be down to like 6. Because what is it at max? Where are you? Byzantines. I think they're at like 645 max with upgrades. No, 510. They're at 510. Dude, I was totally off. Holy crap. So 510 max health in Imperial, fully upgraded. So that means it's going to be down to like 485, something like that, somewhere around there. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure why they're nerfing the Byzantine. Numeri technology reduced the amount of increased damage taken by trampled targets from 25 to 50. Why are they nerfing the Byzantine? Charging units will no longer be stopped if they charge through Shirosiphon's fire. Okay, that's a bug fix. Corrected an issue where resources per minute would not appear on Byzantine's religious buildings with relics garrisoned. Fixed an issue where the Byzantine traders fixed an issue where the Byzantine's trader was generating more olive oil than intended. It is now 20% like the description states. So yes, it's a fixed issue, but it's also a nerf because the numbers weren't adding up properly. Fixed an issue where the Byzantines' military production modifier from cisterns was incorrectly applying to traders. Okay, in a good way or a bad way though? Like, is this another bug fix that turns out to be a nerf? Or fixed an issue where the Byzantines' military production modifier from cisterns was incorrectly. So that means it wasn't supposed to be for the traders, which kind of makes sense because they're not military, they're workers. But then that means it's another nerf. Okay, the smorgasbord doesn't really matter. Overall, I'm not sure why the Byzantines are getting nerfed, like, at all. So if we take a quick look, let me bring it up right now. So if we take a quick look at the Byzantines' win rate at the moment. So overall, Byzantines are sitting at 43.7% win rate with 57,000 games. Of course, keep this in mind, like, with the grain of salt. There's not enough information out there right now. If we go Conqueror and higher, let's just go Conqueror and higher. Their win rate drops down to 41.6%. So they're overall, they're the worst civilization, I believe. They're the second worst civilization overall. The worst civilization right now is Chinese at 43.2%. And then when you do Conqueror and higher, they're the third worst civilization at 41.6%. Now, if we go top 200, which of, again, just these, yes, these are the stats at the moment. There has been a patch today, and then the it's been out for 3 weeks. The DLC has been out for 3 weeks, so there isn't a lot of games out there being played in general, especially, or there isn't a big enough sample size to get accurate numbers, especially when you're talking about Conqueror, and then on top of that, you're talking about the 0.01% of players at Conqueror 4 and above, so like the top 200, top 250, even let's even throw in the top 300, right? There aren't that many Conqueror players, or there aren't that many games getting played at that level. Byzantines are at a 42.1%, the way that they are right now in Conqueror 4 and higher. So let's just call it the top 300, right? 331 games played as the Byzantines, and they got nerfed pretty badly too. I like how they did it though. They gave like false hope right here, starting off with the very first one. All right, guys, we're giving you a buff. Starting stone increase from 50 to 100. Awesome, cool. Imperial Hippodrome nerf. Interesting. The Greek fire projectiles, I'm not entirely sure if this was intended or not. For other technologies, it doesn't say that it fixed it. It just says no longer applies to non-trebuchet units. So that's another nerf. Cataphracts got nerfed. Numeri technology is a nerf. The Shiro siphons, technically, I guess, charging units will no longer be stopped if they charge through. Oh, okay, so that's a buff. Okay, no, that one's a buff, technically. Bug fix, but it is a nerf on the olive oil. Fix an issue. So this is a nerf. It is a bug fix, but it is a nerf. And then that one, who cares? All right, moving over to the French. Oh, just one. Guildhall landmark stone generation rate reduced by 50%. Okay, so straight nerf to their castle age and moving forward. So they're not going to be able to grab a crap ton of stone in Imperial, or even in late castle and dropping like 4 freaking keeps out of nowhere. I'm okay with that. Now the Japanese. Starting off with the Koka Township landmark Shinobi. When using the Shunshin ability to teleport, it is no longer possible for the Shinobi to teleport to the center of the map. Wait, what? When using the Shunshin ability to teleport, it is no longer possible for the Shinobi to teleport. So they were like, it was a bug where they could just teleport into the middle of the map? Okay. When the Shunshin ability can now be used to teleport to the top of stone walls. Targeting a stone wall directly no longer teleports the unit to the other side of the wall. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Kura storehouse landmark. Holy crap. Garrison slots reduced from 8 to 4. Wow. Now that is a huge nerf, because there's what, 12? Yeah, there's 12 farms around the Kura storehouse. So you're going to be able to garrison a third of your villagers there. Wow. Wow. Okay. Farm spawn frequency reduced from every 45 seconds to every 50 seconds. Floating gate landmark. The extra 5 seconds does add up, because you're adding what, 60 seconds total for you to get full usage out of your Kura storehouse. So if you pop it at, if you age up for, let's just call it 4 minutes, then, okay, where's my calculator? There's 12 of them times 45 seconds. Wait, what was I doing again? Okay, so you're gonna be looking at a full landmark. If you age up at 4 minutes, it's gonna be 9 minutes later, so you're looking at 10 minutes now. So you'll have, oh, I don't know why I got rid of my calculator. Come back here, calculator. I meant to minimize you. Okay, floating gate landmark. Yorishiru sacred objects no longer spawn on the ground and cannot be dropped. If a Shinto priest holding a Yorishiru dies, the Yorishiru is destroyed. Honestly, I thought that's how it was already. Like, no joke, I thought that's how it was. Okay, but where do they spawn? No longer spawn on the ground. So they spawn inside of the landmark itself? Upon completion of the floating gate, a Shinto priest holding a Yoshiro is instantly trained. Okay, I guess. All future Yorishiro are held by a Shinto priest when they are trained? Wait, so holding, okay. Upon completion of the floating gate, so you only get one Shinto. Okay, we have to read the rest of this in order to get a better idea of what's actually going on here. The floating gate now has a rally point. Setting the rally point to a valid building will allow a trained Shinto priest to deposit Yorishiro automatically. It is possible to rally point to multiple buildings to cue Yorishiro placement by subsequent Shinto priests. After depositing a Yorishiro, the Shinto priest remains available to use as a regular unit. A progress bar above the floating gate is now visible to indicate when the Shinto priest will be trained. Oh, okay. Buildings containing a deposited Yorishiro now also display a floating golden ink scroll above them. Okay, I don't like that. A maximum of 4 Yorishiro can exist at one time per player. When you own 4 Yorishiro, the floating gate will pause production of new Shinto. Wow, that is a massive nerf. That is a huge nerf. If a building or Shinto priest with the Yorishiro is destroyed, the floating gate will resume production of Shinto priest. But you can only have 4 Yorishiro at a single time. Holy crap, that is a massive nerf. The Shinto priest production has been reduced from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. Place Yorishiro tooltip has been improved to more clearly display the available bonuses from depositing into. This is a massive nerf to the Japanese. Their scaling has just been shut down so hard. Wow. Like, I knew that the Japanese were going to get some nerfs, but this is a lot. Like, and that's just one. Okay, the Koga Township bug fixes a little bit, I guess. I was really thinking that the Koga Township was going to get a buff because it's just not, in my opinion, as good as the Kura Storehouse landmark. The Kura, though, going from 8 to 4 is massive, and then 45 to 50, it's unconsequential for the most part. Now the floating gate landmark, that is massive. That is huge nerfs. Okay, moving over to the Castle of the Crow landmark treasure caravans. Fix an issue where the treasure caravans were awarding too few resources on each trip back when converting. Yes, I did notice that. When I was playing on an island map, Archipelago, I think it was. When it went from boat to land to boat, or from land to boat to land, each time it transformed, it would lose like 150 resources of everything across the board. Treasure caravans no longer get stuck trying to embark or disembark when they reach the shore. I have seen that as well. Tanagashima Gunsmith landmark, starting stockpile reduced from 5 to 2. Figured. Ozutsu melee armor reduced from 4 to 0. Ozutsu base damage reduced from 35 to 28. That's a huge nerf as well. They're considered a heavy unit, a heavy armored unit, and they just got rid of the armor. So now anything that does bonus damage to armored units does 4 additional damage to them because they got rid of the armor, unless they're switching over the Ozutsu tag as well to light. We'll have to check that in game. Corrected issue where garrison arrows from Japanese town centers had more range than intended. So basically, a lot of nerfs. I don't consider this anything. This should have been fixed like before the DLC came out, because Relic even came out and said that this was an issue, and then they didn't do anything about it. Corrected issue. Okay, we saw that one. Samurai Bannerman. Corrected an issue where a dropped banner aura would stack with Uma Bannerman auras. Torches no longer receive damage increases on the UI from Katana Bannerman and Uma Bannerman. Unabugasha no longer lose access to field construct siege towers when using mixed selection with other infantry. Okay. Can now garrison into, yeah. So this was something that I noticed, and I actually posted up on Reddit day one, because I was testing a lot of things day one. And yeah, this should have been an easy fix too. The devs should have realized that, but it is what it is. Flip the samurai icon in the barracks to get to better distinguish it visually from the Onabugesha icon. Okay. Oops. Overall, for some reason, Byzantine got nerfed heavily. I agree with nerfing the Japanese to an extent, but what they did was just terrible. Like, this is such a terrible thing that they did to the Japanese. Making a maximum of 4 Yorishiru completely screws over their late game economy, their scaling, their everything. And then on top of that, you're also nerfing the Kura storehouse. Or, well, first, I guess, you're nerfing the Kura storehouse. And then on top of that, you're nerfing the crap out of the floating gate landmark. This, like I said, with this, that should have been fixed. And then you're also nerfing the late game. So feudal has been nerfed, castle has been nerfed, and imperial has been nerfed. The only thing that hasn't been nerfed is their dark age. Like, that's pretty much it. These were bug fixes. I didn't really notice this one, but then again, if both of my bannermen die, it's not like I'm clicking on my units to see what they're at. I'm more like potentially running away because I'm losing the fight if my bannerman just got sniped out. Now over to the Malians. Oh, they just have one. Malian cattle food per minute generation in ranches reduced from 28 to 25. I think they're still going to be going for the Grand Fulani Corral regardless, if they want to go for that Castle Age eco boom. And now onto the Ottomans. Great Bombard population increased from 3 to 4. This is something that a lot of people have been asking for, because in the late Imperial, Ottoman Fast Imperial, you're going to get your Great Bombard out, and then from there drop a Siege Workshop, and you're just going to start pooping out a lot of Great Bombards. Now, variant civilization changes. The following changes apply only to the variant versions of the classic civilizations. Variant civilizations share in many of the changes made to their parent civilization listed above. Aobids, House of Wisdom. Age up time increase from 105 seconds to 120 seconds. Military wing reinforcements. Removed initial delay on training desert raiders. Fixed an issue on Xbox where field siege units could not be constructed by cavalry after. Okay, now here it is. Trade wing bazaar. Gold cost of each trade increased. Feudal from 125 to 150. Castle 325 to 350. Imperial 400 to 425. Resource trade values increased. Feudal from 200 to 25. Castle 600 625. Imperial 1000 to 125. Villager trade option removed. Okay. The number of available options per trade cycle reduced from 5 to 4. Okay. So this was the most important thing, because if you guys didn't see, what was it? The Beastie versus, wow, I'm blanking on who it was. In the Beastie game. I think it was against Lucifron. I'm blanking on who he was going against. Not gonna lie right now. The Aobids player aged up, got a 7 eco lead instantly on age up because the Aobid's Bazaar gave him three traders and 4 villagers, while Beastie was playing HRE going into a 2 TC play. So the Aobid's was just ahead. Like there was nothing Beastie could do because he was going for an eco play instead of any kind of feudal or fast castle, so he couldn't punish it. And the Aobid's was just ahead. That's it. There was just no other way about it. So really good nerf right there for the Bazaar. I would have liked to see a little bit more, but it is what it is. Culture Wing Logistics. Reduced improved healing from 50 to 30%. Passive mass heal granted by the Imperial Age Wing properly benefits from the 30% improved healing. Dervish HP reduced from 155 to 120. Tower of the Sultan build time reduced from 240 to 200. Okay. Infantry support technology improved from 22 to 33. Tier 4 Golden Age now properly decreases the cost of siege built in the field. Okay. So bug fix, nerf, or no, buff. Sorry. Buff. Nerf. I would have liked to see more with the Bazaar. Like go from 5 to 3. Like just 3 options. Yeah. I don't know. I would have liked to see a lot more because the Bazaar is just way too, it's way too chaotic. Having that amount of RNG is absolutely insane. I really don't like how the Aobid's Bazaar works whatsoever, especially with what they did to the Byzantines and the Japanese. Like, I think they could have nerfed the Aobids a lot more, considering they're one of the strongest civs as well. Now moving on to Jeanne d'Arc. Jeanne experience gained from killing Boar reduced from 50 to 25. Okay. Jeanne Champion's armor reduced from 4-4 to 3-3. That is amazing because those little punks were way too strong for no reason. Red Palace Landmark reduced damage of bonus emplacements on keeps and town centers from 60 to 40 to match French. I did not know that theirs was stronger. Bonus emplacement range reduced from 10 to 9.5 to match French. So they had better keeps as well. Better keeps and town centers. Interesting. Guildhall Landmarks Stone Generation. Okay, we saw that. Jeanne d'Arc Honorable Heart Tooltip changed to reflect actual behavior. Reduced the starting experience of Jeanne d'Arc on... Okay, that part doesn't really matter. Corrected an issue where French influence system was referenced in... Okay, that doesn't matter either. I would have liked to see more. I would have liked to see a lot more nerfs onto her. There wasn't a nerf to her AoE when Woman at Arms 20 damage in a 1.25 tile radius. Not only that, but then there's also the fact that she's able to AoE units in that are garrisoned inside of outposts as well. Like, that's clearly a bug that shouldn't be happening. If a manga now doesn't do it, if Shiro Siphon doesn't do it, or anything else, there's no reason why she should be able to do it. I would have liked to see more nerfs for Jeanne d'Arc though. Order of the Dragon. Starting wood increased from 150 to 200. Golden Cuirass. Technology damage reduction now activates at 30% health. Up from... Okay. That gives the men at arms a little bit more tankiness. Corrected an issue where weapon range of gilded archers would be reduced after researching. Oh wow. Okay, so bug fix. That's good. Okay, that's fine. I would have liked to see this is a nice start though. Like I said in one of my casts, kind of hard to balance Order of the Dragon properly without kind of breaking them, I guess, in a positive manner. I like seeing this though. The 150 to 200 is okay. And then that's just a straight up bug fix, right? And we'll see if this makes that big of a difference. It does make the man at arms a lot tankier though once they hit lower levels. I mean lower health. And now for the Zushi Legacy. Shaolin Monk Landmark Shaolin Monks. Shaolin Monks and Monks are no longer selected together with double clicking. Shaolin Monks ranged armor reduced from 2 to 0. Shaolin Monks now display a buff indicator when activating the Body of Iron ability. Okay, I would have liked to see more nerfs for the Shaolin Monk. 200 wood for a religious unit that pretty much kicks ass. It's able to beat a lot of units in 1-on-1, 1-on-2, 1-on-3s. I had one Shaolin Monk beat 3 of my 2-1 geishas. Like, they're very, very strong. Technologies at the Mount Lu Academy landmark are now properly marked as unique to civilization. Zushi Library landmark Imperial Guard. Wait, technology at them are now marked. Oh, okay. Zushi's Library landmark Imperial Guard. Damage reduced from 35 to 28. Health decreased from 350 to 340. Melee armor increased from 6 to 10. Ranged armor decreased from 6 to 3. Okay, fix an issue where the Lancers and Imperial Guards would both be selected when double clicking on either unit. Okay, that doesn't matter too much. Okay, I guess. I think that's fair overall. And that brings us to the end. Another minor patch in early 2024. Late January, early February. Subject to change. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Drop any comments in the bottom so we could further discuss this if you guys want. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time.